Bainbridge Island is a city in Kitsap County, Washington, United States, and the name of the island in Puget Sound on which the city is situated. The population was 23,025 at the 2010 census, making Bainbridge Island the second largest city in Kitsap County. In July 2005, CNN, Money and Money magazine named Bainbridge Island the second best place to live in the United States. In August 2013, Bainbridge Island was recognized by Google with an E-City Award. This award recognizes the strongest online business community in each state. The local newspapers are the weekly Bainbridge Islander Review and the Kitsap Sunday. History. In 1792, English explorer Captain George Vancouver spent several days with his ship HMS Discovery anchored off Restoration Point at the southern end of Bainbridge Island while boat parties surveyed other parts of Puget Sound. Vancouver spent a day exploring Ridge Passage, Port Orchard, and Sinclair Inlet. He failed to find Agate Passage and so his maps show Bainbridge Island as a peninsula. Vancouver named Restoration Point on May 29, the anniversary of the English Restoration, in honor of King Charles II. In 1841, U.S. Navy Lieutenant Charles Wilkes visited the island while surveying the Northwest. Lieutenant Wilkes named the island after Commodore William Bainbridge, commander of the frigate USS Constitution in the War of 1812. Bainbridge Island was originally a center for the logging and shipbuilding industries. The island was known for huge and accessible cedars, which were especially in demand for ships' masts. The original county seat of Kitsap County was at Port Madison on the north end of the island. The first generation of Japanese immigrants, the Sai, came in 1883. During World War II, Japanese-American residents of Bainbridge Island were the first to be sent to internment camps, an event commemorated by the Bainbridge Island Japanese-American Exclusion Memorial, which opened in 2011. They were held by the U.S. government through the duration of the war for fear of espionage. Many Filipinos who assisted the Japanese farmers were left to operate the strawberry fields, which they did successfully. Filipino farmers went north to locate First Nations families to work in the fields. Many romances arose from the berry fields and the birth of the Indo-Pinos emerged. The city of Bainbridge Island has occupied the entire island since February 28, 1991, when the former city of Winslow, around 1.5 square miles, 3.9 square kilometers, of land on Eagle Harbor, incorporated August 9, 1947, annexed the rest of the island. Since the 1960s, Bainbridge Island has become an increasingly affluent bedroom community of Seattle, a 35-minute ride away on the Washington State ferries. The community has been especially concerned with preserving green space and keeping a tight control over development, both residential and commercial. The Bainbridge Island Land Trust, City and Park District are instrumental in maintaining island open space. In 2001, Bainbridge Island Little League were represented in South Williamsport, Pennsylvania at the Little League World Series. Sports programs are highly successful. The island's high school lacrosse team is known for numerous state titles, the most recent coming on May 19, 2007 over rival Mercer Island. The island's high school sailing team has been the reigning Northwest Interscholastic Sailing Association District double-handed team racing champions for the past 5 seasons and is ranked 12th in the nation. In 2009 the Bainbridge High School fastpitch team won the Washington 3A state title. The team also played in the championship game in 2010. Bainbridge Island has 4 centers of commerce on the island. Winslow is the downtown core and contains the majority of shopping and dining. Linwood Center on the south end of the island has several restaurants and a small hotel. Fletcher Bay, which is centrally located, has a small grocery store and one restaurant. Finally, Rolling Bay on the east side of the island is a small commercial center with bay hay and feed, the Bud Hawk Post Office and several commercial shops. Geography: Bainbridge Island is located at 47 degrees 39' and 122 degrees 3206 W, 47.655260, minus 122.535083. Bainbridge Island was formed during the last ice age, 13,000 to 15,000 years ago, when the 3,000 foot thick, 910 meters, Vashon Glacier scraped out the Puget Sound and Hood Canal basins. Bainbridge Island is located within the cool Puget Sound Basin, east of the Kitsap Peninsula, directly east of the Minette Peninsula and west of the city of Seattle. The island is approximately 5 miles, 8 kilometers, wide and 10 miles, 16 kilometers, long, encompassing nearly 17,778 acres, 71.95 square kilometers, and is one of the larger islands in Puget Sound. Bainbridge Island shorelines border the main body of Puget Sound, a large protected embayment, Port Orchard Bay, and two high-current tidal passages, Rich Passage and Agate Pass. The island is characterized by an irregular coastline of approximately 53 miles, 85 kilometers, with numerous bays and inlets and a significant diversity of other coastal landforms, including spits, bluffs, dunes, lagoons, cuspate forelands, tombolos, tide flats, streams and tidal deltas, islands, and rocky outcrops. The high point is 425 foot, 130 meters, Toe Jam Hill. On the Kitsap Peninsula, Bremerton and Pulsbo lie across the Port Orchard Channel to the west, and the city of Port Orchard lies across Rich Passage to the south. The island is quite hilly and is known for its popular Chili Hilly bicycle ride every February. This ride has been the unofficial start to the bicycling season in the Pacific Northwest since 1975. Bainbridge Island is connected to the Kitsap Peninsula by the Agate Pass Bridge carrying Senior 305 over Agate Passage. The only other public way off the island is by Washington State Ferry service from Winslow and Eagle Harbor to Coleman Dock, Pier 52, in Seattle. According to the United States Census Bureau, the city has a total area of 65.02 square miles, 168.40 square kilometers, of which, 27.61 square miles, 71.51 square kilometers, is land and 37.41 square miles, 96.89 square kilometers, is water. Demographics: according to a 2007 estimate, the median income for a household in the city was $88,243, and the median income for a family was $108,605. Males had a median income of $65,853 versus $42,051 for females. The per capita income for the city was $37,482. About 3.0% of families and 4.4% of the population were below the poverty line, including 3.8% of those under age 18 and 3.3% of those age 65 or over. The socioeconomic profile varies significantly between the rural parts of the island and Winslow its urban center. In contrast to the Bainbridge Island as a whole, Winslow is home to households with a wide range of incomes. In 2010, the census block group in which Winslow is located had a median household income of $42,000, less than half of the island's median household income and one-third of several of the island's wealthiest block groups, and also $10,000 less than national and statewide averages. More than half of Winslow households live in rental units, compared to 20% of households across the island. These differences have in some cases created tension between Winslow and the remainder of the island, which were highlighted during the successful initiative to annex Winslow and the remainder of the island into a new jurisdiction.